Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery. I'm here today to tell you how you can purchase property in Israel even though it's a blocked off country, as well as tell you about a mistake that I made that cost me a lot of money, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So first things first, I have a discount code down in the description. I really appreciate it when you guys use that. If you use it, like the video, leave your code down below, and I will randomly choose people when I make my next purchases, and I will use your codes. I have 2 people whose codes I was able to use today. At the end of the video, I'll tell you where I made those purchases and who those people are so that you can double check and make sure you got credit. All right, so starting off, we know that there are multiple countries that you're not able to make purchases in because they're blocked off due to religious or legal reasons. But as you can see here, I have property in Jerusalem. I have property in Bethlehem, and I was able to buy those right now. I didn't get those a long time ago. I got them right this minute. Also, as you can see, I have a few tiles here in Jerusalem that were a lot more expensive than the others, and I'll tell you what mistake I made there and why it was a mistake as well. Okay, so if we go to Israel by itself, we just type in Israel. You see, I tried to go to Tel Aviv here, Israel, and it gives me a red banner that says we're not processing purchases in this country or something of that nature, and then the banner goes away, and it locks up the website, and it just keeps saying processing, please wait. The tiles are inexpensive because nobody's allowed to buy them, so of course they didn't go up in price, but you can't buy them anyway, so it really doesn't matter what price it shows there. All right, so what you need to do if you want to get property in Israel is type in a country that's near Israel, like Egypt. Then you scroll over to Israel and move down towards Jerusalem there. And you see this area here? That's the area we want to look in. Okay, so let's go down all the way down to the tile level. Oops. Clear my selection. If it says it's too far from your starting point, just clear the selection because it means you've selected a tile that's pretty far away from the tiles you're looking at right now. All right, so what you see is I've selected a tile. The price is $2.62 for that tile. If you go down here, you notice it's Jerusalem, and you can purchase that tile right now for $2.62. What that is the international tile price. And this section of Jerusalem is assigned to the international tiles. It's not assigned to Israel. So you are able to purchase that for $2.62 a tile. And there are actually quite a few people that have done so in there. So you can find a highly populated place. I would have been happy paying $2.62 a tile in one of those highly populated places. Unfortunately for me, I tried to get clever and it cost me $7 or $8, whatever it is you saw there. Because you can also go to your search bar and type in Jerusalem, and you can go to this Jerusalem Governorate Palestine, okay? And that will take you up to Palestine section of Jerusalem, and you should be able to select a tile there, and that section is only 24 cents. I think it's class 1 as well. Let me go back to let's see if we can double check and make sure. Yes, class 1. So you see it's class 1 here. So those are Jerusalem tiles, class 1, 24 cents a tile. You just have to pick the Palestine side there. You see Jerusalem, Palestine. What I tried to do, and I was just doing it as an experiment because I've seen people talking about it in forums and on groups, but I wasn't sure because it seemed like they were getting mixed results. What I did was I can't even find the spot now, but I started a couple tiles out from the boundary and I picked 3 tiles, and the tiles crossed the boundary into the international tiles of Jerusalem. When I went to make my purchase, it showed that I was paying 24 cents a piece for the tiles, but after the purchase was already made, it showed that I had paid $2.62 a piece for the tiles. So I never confirmed or verified that higher price. It just charged me the higher price. And I did verify in my balance that it took that much away. So be careful, because if you cross any boundaries, for instance, let's say you're right across the border in Mexico and you try to cross into the United States, it'll show you the Mexico tile prices because that's the price that you started on. But when it processes the payment, it not only charges you the higher tile price for the United States tiles, it charges you for all the rest of the tiles too. And that's what happened to me. So I have tiles in Jerusalem, Palestine that should have been 24 cents. And instead I paid $2.62 a piece for them because one tile was in the international territory of Jerusalem. And they're not in a good spot either. I would have paid $2.62 a piece for a few tiles, no problem. But I would have wanted them in a different spot in Jerusalem where more people had already purchased so that hopefully there's more development there. Mine are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so they're not a very valuable piece of property. So I don't want you guys to make that mistake because it'll cost you money and possibly give you a piece of property that's no good. But 24 cents for Class 1 tiles is a good price no matter how you look at it. And it's also very close to where a lot of people have been making purchases because they're all purchasing in Jerusalem. And when Earth 2 first opened up, they purchased a lot of tiles in Jerusalem too. So you're really not that far away. You're able to get Class 1 tiles at a low price and in a very significant place as well. So I wanted to share that, guys, with you. And I wanted to share that with you guys in case you were trying to buy tiles there and weren't able to. And I know you're going to ask about Dubai. I tried to find a spot in Dubai that this would work for as well. I couldn't find it. So we're just going to have to wait for that to open up. Okay, so I have people here. I used their codes to purchase those Jerusalem tiles. I have Roberto Gambaccini and Afi Amstart/LP was the username. And I was able to spend over $26 a piece on each of those codes. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be able to use at least 3 people, but today I was only able to use those 2. And I'm hoping that I am able to find more countries that are really desirable as far as foot traffic is concerned, because I'm going to shift my focus now from trying to find properties with resources, because I've bought several of those in the last week and a half or 2 weeks. I bought several properties focusing on resources, and now I want to shift my entire focus to foot traffic for the time being. So I'm going to start trying to buy in more populated areas so that you'll see me buying in places that have more people purchasing tiles instead of in new places all by myself. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.